What is up, everybody? I'm here talking about the rep paladin changes in 7.15. So, I can't really decide whether they're good or bad for the most part, but whatever. So, most of rep abilities like Tempest Verdict, Seal, and all those things got a 12% damage buff, which is kind of cool. Consecration got a 100% damage buff, that's still going to be useless. Divine Hammer got a 100% damage buff. I'm not sure if that will matter or not. Might only be helpful in PvE, but there is a chance it could be usable in PvP because I think they fixed it so that it works with Law and Order now. So if it does work that way, it could be really good PvP. Executing Sentence got a 55% damage buff. That actually seems like it could be really good because Execution Sentence actually did a large amount of damage as is, and being buffed by 55% could actually make it really good in certain situations. Next, Busting of Might removed. That's kind of counteracted by the damage buff for all your abilities, and you really didn't use Busting of Might anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Blessing and Kings can now be cast in combat, so now that's really cool. So now if you put your shield on someone and they switch targets, you can change to someone else and not be forced to just have it on that one person the entire game. Blessing of Wisdom restores mana every 2 seconds instead of 3 seconds. That's helpful, obviously, for your healer. Then Blessing of Kings, the shield was increased to 270% to 180%. So pretty much Blessing of Kings is Sacred Shield from last X pack. Now I'd say you can change the targets. I think you can only have it on one person still. So yeah. Next up, Fist of Justice. It was changed so that instead of every single time you use Holy Power, it reduces the cooldown by 8 seconds. So for every single Holy Power you use, it's reduced by 2.5 seconds. So pretty much it's really minor. So every single Templar's Verdict you use is a 1.5 takes 1.5 seconds longer to, actually no, it takes 0.5 seconds longer to get your Hodge up compared to how it was before. Also, it makes it, if you're using Just Try's Vengeance procs, it'll get it up faster. And also, I'm assuming that it'll make it so that your WOG works for it too, so I'll have to test that out. So yeah, that could be really helpful so that all of your abilities get you Fist of Justice reduction instead of just Templar's Verdict and Just Try's Vengeance, and also that Just Try's Vengeance gives you an even more of a reduction. So now here's kind of the big one. Divine Intervention, which is your auto bubble. It reduces the cooldown of Divine Shield from 20% instead of 50%. So instead of a 2.5 minute cooldown, bubble is now a 4 minute cooldown. So that's kind of a big deal against some comps. Actually most comps, but most of the times against things like Cleaves, your bubble, it doesn't even last 2.5 minutes anyways, so it doesn't really matter there. It's more against rot comps and mage comps where you have to run a lot. I still think Divine Intervention is going to be the talent that you use all the time, just because auto bubble is stupid and makes it so that you don't have to use bubble before it procs. It makes it so you can be way more aggressive all the time, and it just makes you all around safer. Next up, Seal of Light was changed with Judgment of Light. I really don't see Judgment of Light doing anything. It's pretty much just like you get healed for 6k every attack you do. That is nowhere near as good as Auto Bubble. Even Cavalier is probably better than it. So I don't really see any use of it in at least PvP. Next up, Word of Glory got buffed by 33%, so that makes WOG better, obviously. I'm not sure if that just makes it straight up better than Just Try's Vengeance, based on the nerf to Just Try's Vengeance. I have to test it out. I still think just Car's Vengeance would be good to use because the heal is still just as good as it was, it just doesn't do as much damage and stuns. And also with the change to Fist of Justice, you can use it to get your Hodge up super fast. Next up, the PvP changes. So Pure of Heart was changed with an ability called Cleansing Heart. It's kind of a nerf to it. So what it does is it works like Pure of Heart, but it can only work every 4 seconds. Which, I mean, it's still really good against things like Assassination Rogues and stuff. Okay, and then next, Luminescence was changed so that only when other people heal you, it procs. That's actually a pretty big nerf because a lot of the times against rock comps and things like that, you would just get behind the pillar and flash heal yourself a ton and heal everyone else on your team for around 100k. So not having the ability to do that really hurts you in rock comps now. Next up, let's see. Okay, this is pretty much just a bunch of nerfs to Ret. Your strength is 80% instead of 85%, so 5% overall damage buff. Then your mastery is reduced. I can't tell if you're getting nerfed by 25% or if it's 25% of what it was before. I think it's nerfed by 25% because I checked it in PvP. It did not seem like it was 25% of what it was. It only seemed like a little bit less. Next up, haste is buffed by 160%, so that's pretty cool. Well, it's pretty much a 60% buff. And then, kind of an annoying one, versatility is nerfed by 50%. I don't really understand the point of this. So instead of Ret having 9% versatility, so 9% damage reduction and damage increase, you have 4.5. So Ret is even squishier than it was before, and our auto bubble is also gone, so that is kind of annoying in my opinion. Oh, but good news, our crit gets buffed by 65%. That is so helpful. We still only have like 29% crit chance even with this buff. It's completely useless. So all around, Ret damage buff overall got buffed by 12%, but in PvP it was reduced by 5% and then I guess 4% more because of the versatility changes. So I don't know, it pretty much just counteracts the buff, so you have a 2% damage buff instead of the 12% damage buff. And with the nerf a couple weeks ago, so pretty much Red damage is going to be the same as it was last season, minus like 3%. Also, actually maybe it's probably worse because of the haste, because of the mastery nerf. Red's going to be way squishier, you're going to be more of a kill target than you were before because of the versatility nerf and the auto open nerf. Some of the ability changes are kind of cool with Execution Sentence and Divine Hammer, I guess. I don't know if that one's going to even be relevant at all. But we'll see. I'll make another video in the future talking about how it affects Rets. But that's about it for now. Peace.